Hello, Barmy Badger Army. Hope you're all well, guys. Welcome to today's show. Massive thanks to everyone that's been donating, become a member, or of course joined, as it were, or of course has been watching the shorts, the AIs, the jokes, the facts, and all that sort of thing, because that's really appreciated and it really does help the channel keep running with views and all sorts of different stuff. So it's really, really appreciated. If you're watching all the content, thank you very much. And if you've recently subscribed, thank you very much too. And a big thank you to everyone that's been donating and helping and promoting and all that sort of thing. It's much, 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 much appreciated. So thank you very much. Now, I always like to do that little thing because nowadays we're doing these premieres a lot. So I do like to have a little thank you beforehand and a big shout out to everyone who's been helping the show just before we start the main vlog, because I think it gives time for people to come in. So that being said, a big shout out to, of course, the lovely Death of Rats, and a big shout out to Kraken Media, who's been helping me with a new project that should be out very soon. And a big thank you to, of course, everyone that's been helping and donating. Today, we are going to be talking about a short horror film called Red House. A short horror film where 3 vacationers win a trip to a lake house in Georgia. Unbeknownst to them, the house is secretly part of a sick and twisted live stream where the guests are hunted for sport. Now, this reminds me of a film called My Little Eye and some other recent films that have come out, you know, in the last few days, weeks, months and years. Now, that being said, this is not a carbon copy of those. There is another film that came out, I think, about 2 years ago, where there's a marriage, and I think it's called Hide and Seek or something like that, but it's very similar to that. But I found this while searching for found footage films. There is elements of found footage in there with the different cameras and things like that. And this is how it gets a bit similar to My Little Eye. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but I definitely do recommend it. The DVD is chock full of extras where you can look at all different camera angles and things like that. Anyway, that being said, the comparisons are there, but this does have its own little niche. And what I will tell you is that the effects are great on a very, very minimal budget, I'm guessing. The masks were fantastic. I'm not going to spoil that because I thought they were really cool. Reminded me of some early Slipknot days and quite scary when you see the mask being put on and things like that. It does make you freak out. There's certain scenes where the killer reveals himself, or killers reveal themselves, and it's really good acting because they like lift up and there's this weird smile, and it does freak you out, and it does make you go, ooh, you know. There was good choices of music. You know, I think they would definitely be copyright stroked. That's weird, isn't it? But anyway, copyright infringed because they used several different music. I think they used even like a police song, you know, every step you take I'll be watching you and things like that. So then I definitely think they've gone for that sort of thing where they didn't really worry about that sort of thing, and they've just gone, right, what can we do to add to this? And you know, the musical choices do add to the film. What I will say that is great is that you feel that you're following an adventure. You see that they've won this holiday, very much similar to I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, where the killers, or killer, I should say, you know, the man with the hook, as it were, the fisherman. He gets them thinking that they've won a radio prize. And this is very much the same. The killers invite them in, and they sort of explain what's going to happen to the audience. And then obviously the victims come to this Hollywood style, you know, big mansion, and they stay there until they get picked off one by one. Oh dear. But yes, I really liked the genre. I thought it was a good little film. It did raise awareness to certain urban legends. I don't know if you know what a red room is, but a red room is something on the dark web where people are sort of bought and sold and done bad things too. Similar to what was seen in Taken, the first Taken, I guess. So yeah, that's an interesting sort of thing. And yeah, so this film's pretty good. It does take influences from, obviously, My Little Eye, Taken, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and probably a bit of The Purge as well, with the different masks and stuff like that. From what I can see in the comments, nobody else has mentioned The Purge as a sort of a, you know, a bit of an influence, but you can tell by the way they've used the masks and some of the ways that the killers are. I really especially liked the, you know, the killers, the way they did it, and it felt like, and this is weird, it felt like you were watching the people that were bidding. And I think that's interesting when you get to that sort of point of view where it comes up on the screen and it had little bids and sort of things went up and down depending on which person was going to get killed first. I thought that was great, and it was a weird way of, you know, involving you watching it, going, oh, who's going to be there first, who's going to be second, who's going to get bumped off, and who's going to survive, if anyone. So that was interesting, and that was quite an interesting point of view, the way they did that. But yeah, I really think it's great. And it's certainly sort of an interesting product and an interesting viewpoint on a horror film that hasn't really been done that much, apart from, like I said, My Little Eye. And I do recommend you watch that if you haven't, because that is freaky. I suppose it's about 20 years old now as well. It was inspired by a lot of the Big Brother mythos that came in. So I do recommend you guys watch that and have a look. It's very well recommended. But yes, this film, Red House, is great. I really enjoyed it. It's a great film. Very snappy, very quick and very exciting. And I must admit, I didn't know what to expect. As we've been going along these review journeys, you never really know what you're going to expect and see what happens, are you? You're never really going to know. Some are going to be great, and some are going to be absolutely pants. But we'll see which ones we happen and see. I mean, we've done the museum project and we've done Where's Caroline. I've enjoyed those two so far, and I've really enjoyed this one. But we'll see. Maybe we'll see some stinkers at some point. But yeah, I would give this a good, solid 6.5 out of 10. The effects were good. Nice and cheap and realistic. I love practical effects. Good choices in music. Fairly good effects. You get drawn in. You're legitimately scared. And it's an interesting premise. Plus, there is a final girl. Eek! Right. Let me know your thoughts and comments in the comments. And of course, don't forget to check out the description for the link to the film, and please watch it, come back and let me know what you think, and write in the comments there. Right, see you next time, Barmy Badger Army. Keep safe, keep well, much love everyone, and I'll see you in the next vlog, video, stream or short. Don't forget, if you want to support the show, please subscribe, share, and of course, please join/membership for 99p, as it really does help the show with props, new games, being able to film more and doing all these different things. So if you want to support the show, you know what to do. Right, thanks everyone. Bye!